Hello YouTube, my name is Stacy. I'm known here as flightyrambler, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel today. Today I am happy to be able to share with you some of the thrifty finds and the retail purchases I've made over the past few weeks. I am going to begin by giving shout outs to the creator of Thrifty Thursday and Thrifty Canucks. Thrifty Thursday is hosted by Sherry over at Turquoise Dreaming. She has a list of all the participants of Thrifty Thursday, and it's quite an extensive list. If you haven't checked out Sherry's channel, I encourage you to go over and give her channel some love. And Thrifty Canucks was introduced to us by Kim Newberg. Kim also has a list of participants of us Canadian thrifters who enjoy showing the community what we found at our thrift stores. I'm going to begin today's video with this Pears Cyclopedia. It's the 95th edition, and when I take the dust cover off, I'm really happy with the red front and back cover. It's really nice. Red always attracts my attention. There's a bonus item, a nice bookmark in this book, and a really fun inscription to the person who received this book as a gift. On the next pages is some information about this cyclopedia. It does read a book of background information and reference for everyday use. And I thought that was really interesting. So yeah, I'm feeling that it has a thinner paper and it does have this really nice patina. And honestly, I think it's a bit of a time warp to think of the 80s as vintage, but this was copywritten in 1986. So the timeline, it's a timeline, starts off at 4.6 billion years ago, and they label it the age of Earth. And it goes through all the ages until it gets to the 80s, where it starts breaking it down by monthly events, which is really interesting. It's such an interesting book. I mean, it reminds me of when I was reading encyclopedias in middle school and high school, because they were there and the internet wasn't. So when I'm bored, I read. I mean, there's two columns and they are really fun. The text is really fun because it's justified tight, and I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I will use this in collage or if I'll just add it to my reading library, because it's the kind of book that I kind of enjoy just looking at when I'm bored. Although the internet makes it so that there's not much, downtime when you've got like the internet in the palm of your hand. Like, things have changed so quickly. I'm a baby of the 70s. I'm born in 1973, so computers they're new and exciting, and they are also terrifying. Just how quickly things have evolved, I think. The next book is another foreign language book. And there's a tear on the plastic of the front cover, but that doesn't bother me. I'm not reading it. I'm going to be using it for the characters inside. The first page is really interesting texture. It's a really nice paper that they've put there. And the date that I see on it is from 1978. So I assume it's 1978 copyright date. It's nicely aged, and it'll be fun to add to my collages. Now, friends, if you are familiar with my channel, you do know that I love myself some dictionaries, and this is a new dictionary of the English language, the 1927 edition. It's literally falling apart. It's literally falling apart. So I rescued it, right? To using collage, that means I rescued it. Yeah, so there's some water stains on the front papers. It's really thin paper. Half of this dictionary is missing. I'm not even gonna lie, half of it is missing. And it doesn't even bother me. Oh, I think that's why they gave it to me for free. If I could have found the other half, I would have picked it up. But honestly, it's in the G's that it ends. The very last word is Gemmel window, which is a window with two bays. So there we go. And this next book, the Pocket Oxford Dictionary of Current English, apparently was owned by a Pat Westman, and they certainly put their mark on it. And when I'm opening it, I'm feeling the pages, and oh wow, the paper was super thin with more of a fabric texture feeling to it. But it wasn't brittle, and the paper is very smooth and so nice to touch. And it looks like it's copywritten in 1960. So yeah, as I'm going through the pages of this dictionary, I'm noting that the bold font is really wide. It has more width than the regular font, which I really like. A lot of difference between the two to really break up the pages. So much fun. Now, part of me, while I was looking at this book, wondered if either this one or the other dictionary would be the size of my embroidery sample. So yeah, that's where I've been lately. I've been spending some time working on my embroidery sampler, and I'm gonna go grab it. And it turns out that these dictionaries are not the size that this sampler needs for a front and back cover. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a hard cover or make it a fabric cover. But I certainly had fun finishing it. The last time I think I showed the sampler, I was at 1.5 pages. And so yeah, there's the first page, and I'm so in love with that French knot field of beautiful texture, as well as I think it's the pistol stitch at the bottom. I mean, I had so much fun putting this sampler together. It was really fun, but it hurts my hands. It really hurts my hands, but oh gosh, it's so much fun, and it's so pretty. The last stitch I think I did was the herringbone stitch, or no, it was the bullion knot. The last time I had worked on it with any effort, it was the bullion knot. So the couching is new, and the third page is entirely new as well. The weaving stitch was fun, and I mean, I had fun making all the different types of flowers. But honestly, that last one, the turkey work or the fringe stitch, was so much fun, and pushing those thick fibers through the cloth really did my fingers in. They were so sore. Not to mention, I was also, dabbling in some gaming on the PS4. If you do play games, then I was playing Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles S Remastered, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But Yeah, but using that controller really did further aggravate the symptoms I'm experiencing with carpal problems. So embroidery, gaming, computer work. And of course, I took down the garden and got everything ready for the day before surgery kind of stuff, bathing my dog, all the things that need to get done since I won't be able to use my right hand for a little while. I mean, my surgery is on September 22nd, so if you can, send me your best wishes, warm thoughts for a speedy recovery. I won't be around on YouTube as much, posting videos. I do have another video that I'll be releasing when I can, but honestly, I'm just going to give my hands a good rest, and hopefully post-surgery, I hear that there's a huge change, and I'm really looking forward to writing, embroidering, gaming, using my computer, my desktop computer without pain. So yeah, best wishes to me, and friends, thank you very much for being supportive and kind on my channel. I appreciate it very much. And the last book I have today is the Scottish Words and Phrases. Like, what? It was so interesting and original that it is definitely coming home with me. It is a foreign language, honestly, and it was only 50 cents. So, and I promise I won't try to pronounce anything on this video, but there were some interesting phrases there for sure. And then moving on with Thrifty Thursday, we have this pack of blank note cards, originally from IKEA for a really reasonable price. I picked them up. I think the prints themselves are super pretty. And since they're blank, I'll be able to use them for just about anything. And another pack of note cards. You can never have too much of them. Again, they're blank on the inside, and they have these really pretty leaves with some gold foiling on them. Then there's this spiral bound notebook. Just wait till I turn it over. Look at those puppies. Look at those Dalmatians. The Just Imagine and the paw prints along the border both have glitter. I don't know if I can catch it on camera, but oh my goodness. The cover was cute enough, but then on the inside, the mono print of the same image. Oh, just adorable. Just adorable. The next is this folio of note cards of two of Renoir's paintings. One of them is Girl with a Basket, and the other is Girl with Basket of Oranges. They're really nice paintings, and I like the shape of them. And they also come with envelopes, which is nice as well. Again, I mean, note cards, I'm just attracted to them. If they're blank on the inside, you've got my attention. And for that price, I mean, really. I know there was a couple of them that have been used already, but that's okay. There's still plenty in there for me to enjoy. Then I found these two packages of tissue paper at my Restore store. I got both of them for the same price and really reasonably priced. I mean, so yeah, I loved the ones with the hearts. And when I open it up, the ones with the one with all those roses is so pretty. And it's tissue paper, so great for collage. In my last Thrifty Thursday, I did pick up 3 Stampin' Up! Stamp sets, and these are the other 3 that I purchased just after that. And yeah, so I bought this trio of Stampin' Up! Stamps because of the butterflies and the trees, not so much the sentiments. I mean, I probably can get some use out of those, but mostly for these butterflies. There's at least one layering butterfly, which I think is really interesting. And same with the trees. The trees all layer up with this, that, and the other. So I don't really know how, I've not really used Stampin' Up! Stamps before. And there's a lot of ladies in my area who are destashing them. But I'm being very selective because I already have a lot of stamps that I don't use. Next, I'm going to show some of the playing cards that I found recently. This one here with the yellow border has Australian wildflowers in that wreath kind of shape, and it is absolutely stunning. It is so pretty. And last but certainly not least is Scooby-Doo. Look at Scooby-Doo. Now, I love myself some Scooby-Doo. And to further in, like back when it was Hanna-Barbera, when we'd wake up on Saturdays to get that right time to watch the Scooby-Doo, I mean, I loved it back then. But my niece also fell in love with Scooby-Doo, so I went through a renaissance with Scooby-Doo as she continued to watch it and, you know, just further enhanced and further, you know, made sure that I was a huge fan. So I was so glad to find this deck of cards. Looks like almost every card has a different image on it. And wow, it is just so nostalgic and so cute. And I might give it to her as a gift or hold on to it for myself because I'm a big fan as well. Then I'm going to show some fabrics that I found from Fabricland. In the remnant bin, I found this bee cloth. I think it's broadcloth. And I'm just going to just snip it open. The measurements are all there, and it's just broadcloth, just a white broadcloth. But it certainly might come in handy when I try to put my stitching sampler book together. Now this little slice of remnant, I believe is a dotted Swiss. It has that wonderful texture on the top of the white fabric. I believe it's a dotted Swiss and it is so fun. Next, I found this dotted lace, and this has a really fun dotted pattern inside of it, and wow. Oh, so pretty. I did find this roll of red. I don't know what this is. I think it's a linen, maybe. It's a really thick material. I thought it was folded in half, but it isn't. It's just really thick. I'm not sure who gave me the tip to start looking in the linen section for pillow covers, pillowcases, because you can find a nice amount of fabric and it isn't overwhelming like it would be to buy a sheet. You just get a nice amount of a fun fabric, and I found this. I believe it is vintage, potentially even retro. I mean, I kind of remember having this type of sheet set in my bedroom when I was young. And last, for the fabrics and the textiles, I have this doily. It's an interesting color, and I'm not quite sure how to use it since it is so large, but it wasn't expensive at all. And that's it for my thrifty finds for this video. And now I'm turning my attention to show you what kind of retail purchases I've made. The first from HomeSense is this tin of paper clips. And it turns out there is a question mark in the design of this paper clip, which I find unique and really fun. And the last items I have to show you in this video are the napkins that I found recently. The first is this skull with these beautiful flowers. And it's appropriate for Halloween and the spooky season that's coming up. And for autumn, we have these beautiful leaves that have a really nice pattern when it's laid out flat. And that's going to be wrapping up my Thrifty Thursday Thrifty Canuck video. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I encourage you to give me that like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And a reminder that I'm having carpal release surgery on September 22nd, so I'll be away from YouTube for a little while. I do have an Etsy shop. If you haven't checked it out, there's a link to that shop in the description box below. Again, thank you, friends, for all your support and kindness, and I look forward to post-surgery when I'm able to catch up with everyone. Until my next video, bye-bye.